BGI Channel 1, and I still remain Associate Peters. Today we want to be talking about the recent happenings in the southeastern part of Nigeria surrounding the agitation for self-determination by indigenous people of Biafra and other Biafran groups. Today I have with me a friend, a comrade, the image maker of the customary government of indigenous people of Biafra, in the person of comrade Ndubisi Vincent and Enugu. You're welcome to BVI discussion today.
Thank you, Chinedu.
It's a pleasure to have you. Today we are having it on the news that police arrest 32 members of IPOB, the militarization of the southeast, and so many other uprisings within the southeast with respect to Biafra agitation. In your own opinion, what do you think about this militarization of the southeast? Is it called for?
It is uncalled for. The situation is quite unfortunate. But from the customary government point of view, we want to put it on record that the more the federal government tries to make the struggle look as criminal offense, the more they are giving the struggle. In fact, the more sympathy they are trying to attract to the struggle, the more international recognition that they are trying to bring forth into the struggle, the more local sympathy they are trying to bring into the struggle. So I don't think it's important for federal government to use force. I think what they should do is to invite the key players for a roundtable discussion.
Okay, well, having said that is uncalled for, we saw this recent video that has gone viral where some military men got some members of IPOB and subjected them into inhuman treatments, and it is all over the world. And what can you make of that? Talking about the 21st century people agitating for independence, is there any law saying that it is a crime for someone to say, I want to be free or I want to have my own country?
I do not think that there's anything wrong with somebody saying that he wants freedom. And I do not think that people who are agitating for their right for self-determination has committed any crime against anybody. However, from what we have seen so far, what Nigeria is trying to do is to confirm the position of indigenous people of Biafra led by Nnamdi Kanu and Nigeria is you. They have said it severally. They have announced it, broadcasted it to the whole world, that Nigeria is as good as being the kingdom that belongs to animal farm. So what they have done so far is to reconfirm that position and brought that to the attention of the world. Somebody has to intervene.
I don't personally think that Nigeria is a zoo. I keep saying that every time. Nigeria is not a zoo, because what we saw on that video, you can never see a situation whereby somebody goes into the zoo and subject any animal in that kind of situation. What you see there is what is obtainable in the jungle, animal jungle. So I can prefer if you say Nigeria is an animal jungle than to give it a well decorated name calling it a zoo. A zoo is an organized system where you keep animals, feed them, treat them well. But what is obtainable in Nigeria is the other way around, as far as I can speak.
Yeah, Chinedu, I understand what you are saying, but I said to reconfirm the position of the IPOB led by Nnamdi. It's not my personal opinion, it's not the opinion of the customary government of Biafra calling anybody zoo, any place the zoo. However, I concur and I agree with your position that animals in the zoo are quite respected, instead of what the situation what we have right here in Nigeria, where human being is treated not just like animal, because the dog I have in my house is well taken care of.
Okay, now this issue of militarization of, especially, let me now draw you down to where so many people will say no, it's a no-go area. Talking about Anambra election and the boycott of the election. You know, the Southeast Elders Forum has spoken their mind, saying that the indigenous people of Biafra, those agitating for boycott of the election, to have everything, that it will not do anyone any good. But we should look out for a better way to, press home our agitation, rather than saying you are boycotting and at the end of the day, somebody who has no aspiration as you do, who has no sympathy with you, who do not even want to hear you talk, will now come into office and you will not have the opportunity to even air your opinion. So we're in line with that, and the militarization of the South is all coming on at the same time. Do you think that it has to do with the boycott of the election, agitation by the indigenous people of Biafra saying no boycott, no election, and the Arewa declaration that is almost around the corner, that Igbos should quit the North and the rest of them. Are they all connected, or is there any disparity between them?
Yes, I think there is a relationship among all these you have pointed out, starting from the agitation for the restoration of Biafra, with the boycott of election, and of course the quit notice given to the Igbos living in the North to leave North by October 1st. There is a relationship among all of them. But if you are now begin to ask me what is my opinion or the opinion of the customary government as regards Anambra State election, I will say we have made our position known before now that you need to get involved in the system. There is no sense and there is no reason why anybody should now begin to say he will not be part of the system. He is still in. The opinion of the customary government is that we have not left Nigeria. We are still Nigerians. So we have that right to choose whoever will preside over the affairs of our state right now. If we are talking about the general election that involves other ethnic groups in Nigeria, perhaps that's where we might begin to say that we are interested in our region alone, not what goes on in the North or what goes on in Lagos, but what goes on right here in Biafran land. So if some people said they are boycotting the election, well, it's not for us to begin to tell them not to boycott. But what we advise the general public is that if you want to boycott the election, the meaning of boycott is that you will not be part of it. So you're expected to sit inside their house while others who believe in the election should go out to do to vote. So their opinion is that IPOB under the command of Nnamdi Kanu should stay at home if that is what they believe. It's their fundamental human right. But it's also the fundamental human right of those who believe they want to be part of it to go out there and choose whoever they want. However, I also want to say that people are saying that those of us who believe that we should be part of the political process in Nigeria have been bought over, or that doing that will not give us Biafra. I want to clarify that fact that even if we choose myself to be the governor of Anambra State, that is not a guarantee that I will go there to get Biafra. No. But what you just end up doing is to have somebody who has the spirit of Biafra inside him to preside over the sharing of the Commonwealth, which is the people's resources in Anambra State. Then to a very large extent, if you have somebody who is sympathetic with your cause, he will directly or indirectly facilitate what you are saying. So that is why some of us who are saying you have to get involved in the process to choose somebody who believes in what you believe and not somebody who will work against you.
Okay, having said that, quickly, I want to look at the issue of saying no election, no, coming out with some strong words, and probably it now linked up or motivated the federal government to now militarize the southeast. If you go to every junction, you see either the police checkpoints or the army checkpoints, and the people that are at the receiving end of the whole thing, of the whole frustration, of the whole intimidation, are just ordinary people that are going about their normal businesses. You see some of them, they will say you shouldn't carry your bike. You cannot drive bike across any checkpoints, making people to carry their bikes and walk around them or walk across them, the checkpoints, and the bikers pushing their bikes through, with some of them with luggages and the rest of them. In fact, and mounting up on unprecedented traffic everywhere. Nooks and crannies of the southeast is becoming so horrifying in moving around from one point to the other. I think, and it is affecting business. It's also having a psychological implication on the children, on the the society in general. Everywhere is so tensed that people are even afraid to sleep. So I think, my own opinion, I would like to advise that we should look around the way we go about our things and know that in the Igbo say that na nkocha one, and also and when you understand that what you need to do is the application of wisdom in anything you, and also having a comparative analysis of what you are about to do, the implication, where you have comparative advantage, where you can have control, and where you can be an advantage in short of, so that whatever you do will not have negative impact on those whom you are pressing for their freedom.
That's true.
I think talking about freedom is not necessarily putting the lives of our people in danger and also frustrating their normal works and their free movement here and there. I think we should find a better way, a coordinated pattern, a plan of action that will enhance the whole thing, will not put lives in danger, and also will not put lives in frustration, total frustration. And that will make some people to have resentment and sentiment over the Biafran Nigeria. I think the whole thing has to be organized properly, as far as I can say.
No, you are perfectly in order, and that has remained the opinion of the customary government, that instead of trying to make life difficult for the people you are trying to liberate, you create an atmosphere, you create a conducive environment
that will help you maneuver,
that will give them sense of belonging, that will give them hope, that will even attract them to what you are saying. So, however, we have packaged the struggle such as to attract both the local, our people, our international community. But what we have seen so far is that federal government is trying to give the dog a bad name to hang him. That's the situation we have seen so far. But again, some of us into the struggle are playing into the hands of federal government, because I do not see any advantage it will pressure us for us to sit back and say we are boycotting the election and threatening people that if you vote you die. It will work against us, and we have said it over and over again, and we are repeating ourselves.
Finally, on this episode, on this discussion, we have understood that even those who went into the political process had a very bad experience. And moving forward, I think to strike a balance between those who have because the actual reason why people say no election is because the process is not clear and you're not in control of the process.
They force the process to be clear.
Yeah,
you don't run away from it.
So I think what we do is to have an organized pattern where you have a control over the party which you are going to use, and also use the numerical strength of the people's will to force this process.
Of course,
to be
now because the system is not good doesn't mean that because the Nigerian road is not good enough, do you now fly and say you won't go through the Nigerian road? No way. The system is bad, yes. It's us that will force it to be good. If we want the freedom, and we start from our neighborhood, our villages, our town, our states, our region, to force ourselves. Hey, how do you run away from your enemy? How do you run away from your brothers in Southeast, even in Anambra State? You want to believe that if we pull ourselves together, we cannot take over that seat. We'll do that.
All right. Thank you very much for your opinion, and thank you very much for being part of this program. And to our viewers out there, you've had it. And you also know our opinion, and you also know that in this platform, you get information without sentiment or propaganda. Thank you for watching. I expect you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on all our social media platforms. Don't forget, in order to get information, prompt news without propaganda, visit our website www.bvichannel1.com. Follow us on Twitter and other social media platforms. Until I see you next time, stay blessed and stay safe. I still remain Asul Chinedu Peters. Goodbye.
Welcome to Forstview Luxury Hotel. At Forstview Luxury Hotel, we offer excellent service. Our rooms have all the necessary facilities to make your stay comfortable and memorable. You will also have access to internet service, breakfast, 24-hour power supply, full air condition, free international calls, free tire pumping service, and free car battery charge. So what are you waiting for? Quickly visit Forstview Luxury Hotel. We are located at number 1 Adeline Mishile off Raji Rasaki Road, First Estate, Amuwo, Odofin Festac, Lagos. For more information or reservation, please call us on 08075787135 or 08099900601. You can also take advantage of our online ongoing promo at www.forceviewhotel.com to make your reservation and payment for your favorite room, which attracts a discount rate. Please note, rooms are reserved based on first come, first serve. Forstview Luxury Hotel. Experience the home of comfort. They come.